Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome to Let's Chat, my weekly vlog series posted every Monday at lunchtime if you're in the UK, and I'm actually recording this a little bit earlier than I usually do. I usually aim for like the Friday or the Saturday for posting on the Monday. I'm actually recording this on the Wednesday because I'm a little bit ahead with my recording schedule on purpose so that I can plan ahead for, well, it was to plan ahead for the Dark Souls 2 DLC release, which was actually, the night before. And on that subject, if I sound negative or otherwise irritated or upset today, it's as a result of all 4 parts of the DLC that we recorded last night, Good Rory and I, having very bad frame rates, constant stuttering whenever anything was happening due to my PC or OBS having problems encoding frames as a result of the extreme heat that we had last night. And it's actually super hot again today as well, so I've been running some tests. I'm going to have to run it in a window when we record again tonight, and also a lower bitrate just to make sure it doesn't happen again. But the damage is already done. Why? Well, because the first video of a series is always going to get more views than the rest of it. It's the part people judge it on. It's the part people decide whether or not they want to stick with it. And it's just so typical, and it's happened before that something goes wrong in the first part, or the first few parts in this case, of a new series, so that when people see it, it'll be like, oh, this quality isn't good, this is horrible, this has a horrible frame rate, who could watch this? I'm not going to watch this person. And then they move on and find someone else who didn't have any problems and watch them instead. It happened with the original console playthrough I did of Dark Souls 2. The very first part had audio desync issues that I didn't catch, so the latter half of it was entirely out of sync with the first half. So people will have seen that and thought, no thanks, and went and found someone who didn't notice or didn't have that problem, or fixed it if they did. And it's annoying. It always happens, and I'm sick of it. So I'm beating myself up over that because we recorded so much last night, because I was enjoying the DLC so much. So we recorded a lot. And the DLC is really good, by the way. It's an interesting mix of new styles of play, and it's very difficult in New Game Plus, as to be expected, I guess, given how unfair New Game Plus is. But I'm still struggling through. I won't go into details about anything we've done, because I'd rather you put up with the videos and watch them, please. If nothing else, if it bugs you as much as it bugs me to see that happen, listen to the videos rather than watch, maybe. Ugh, I know that's terrible advice, but whatever. So, rather than focus on the horribleness of that and how much it's irritating me today, we're going to go on to questions and answers asked on Twitter and also on last week's chat video. And if you have any new questions or things you want me to talk about, put them in the comments of this one, and I will. I also have one random thing I want to talk about that I keep on meaning to bring up every single time, and I always forget. But now I have a bit of paper next to me to remind me. It's something entirely random. It's not about gaming at all. It's just another kind of OCD related thing I found very interesting. But anyway, we'll start with questions and answers first. So I'm on the last week's chat video. I'm in the comment section. Scroll down. Okay, so let's start with Paul Boner, and also my phone going off. Is that another Twitter message? Oh, it is. Okay, well, we'll get to Twitter after this. Right, so Paul Boner asking, the word you were looking for was jock. Our stereotype is usually an American football player in high school. No, that's not it. That's not what a Ned is, or what a chav is. They don't play sports. They're not like overly muscly. So no, I know what a jock is in terms of American stereotypes, and no, that's not the right thing. It's weird. I don't think the American culture actually has Neds. I don't think they just have anyone with that mindset, and it's so weird. They have jocks, yes, and they have nerds, yes. They have like vacuous women. They have all that kind of stuff, but I don't think they have chavs or Neds. There is a wiki page for this, by the way. So if you aren't in Britain and you're very curious, type in chav, which is CHAV, or Ned, or both, and you should find the wiki page, and it'll show you some examples. Yeah, it is weird. I think it's just a cultural thing. I don't think Americans have it. I don't think any of you guys over the sea over there have. I don't think some places in Europe have that type of person. I think maybe like to the far east of Europe, like towards Russia, etc., rather than say France or down by Italy. But yeah, I think it's more of a... I was going to say it's more of a local thing, but no, it's a personality type that we've assigned a name to, so I don't know. But no, jock isn't the word I was thinking of. It doesn't fit the same personality I'm talking about. Drakonakis, every time I listen to these videos, I get the song stuck in my head. That's one of the songs from YouTube's free library. I used to use Moonlight Sonata, but people found it too depressing. I really like Moonlight Sonata, for the record. Fraser River, to answer your question, I believe I stopped watching around the time you started your PS3 Dark Souls playthrough. Were you put off by the audio desync, perchance? Not because I didn't enjoy the content, but because I didn't have much time to spare. Alright, I see. School got busy and I went more towards shorter length videos around 10 minutes. Which I don't do for the most part, unless it's like a beat 'em up, for example. I actually thought you meant you watched a lot longer, like prior to that, like long before I started Monster Hunter and stuff like that. So no, you found me through Dodger, right? I think, if I remember correctly, so that explains that. But yeah, it's understandable that stuff got in your way. And by the way, if you hear lots of cars going past the window, it's because my window is open. So yeah, I think that's a bus stopping outside actually, so the dog might start barking in a second, and she's right next to me, so turn your headphones down now if you're using headphones. Moving on. DRC97, what are your thoughts on duct tape? It's superior to sellotape? Do you even have sellotape in America? Or some equivalent? Well, okay, yep, there you go. Kentic, leftover pizza equals the best breakfast. I actually have leftover pizza in the fridge, but I'm having it for lunch rather than breakfast. I don't mind one mid-roll ad if it's like a 20+ minute video, but one every 5 minutes I don't even look at the vid and just turn on ad block. Yeah, that's acceptable, I think. For the record, I only put mid-roll ads on videos that are at least 40 minutes, and it's only the one. What do you think of Warframe? And then Fraser corrected him by saying it's Warblefram. I'm downloading it now while watching this video. I used to like it, but I think they changed it into a please spend lots of money if you want to have fun game. Like I did some videos on the original PC release onto Steam. I think that version of it was really fun. Then I did a let's look at of the PS4 version, and I think I would suggest watching that. I expressed all the changes they've made like in a gap of a year since I'd last played it, and they were all bad changes. Fraser, again, what part of the 40k hobby do you prefer? I myself lean towards collecting, but still enjoy playing games. I enjoy the painting side of it, even though I'm not very good at it. And I do quite like playing the games, yeah. And collecting in general, it's just way too expensive as a hobby. Thankfully now that gaming isn't technically still a hobby for me, it's a job. I can afford to concentrate on my only other hobby, which is 40k. Ollie Zeta, I wish I had internet other than using my phone. I miss being able to play or watch things without overheating my phone. Wow, your phone overheats? Wow. Maya, don't make noises next to me. What is it? You're way too early if you're mooting for a meal. I also miss making and uploading videos. I might not be partnered with another company, but I still enjoy it. Well, yeah, definitely. Do it if you're enjoying it. It also dawned on me at 3 AM that I've wasted all weekend playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. Good Rory would probably like that. He's into the Gundam Dynasty Warrior games. I remember trying the demo of both of them, I think. There has been 2, right? At least 2. But I never bought any, even though I am a fan of the Dynasty Warrior games because I like killing stuff. I can't remember what put me off. I think it was just, it felt a bit cheap, maybe? Brandon Daigle. Top 10 favourite or least favourite animes or TV shows. By least favourite, it could just be because the voice acting is terrible. So animes or TV shows. I don't really watch much TV, so... Top 10 I'm not putting these in any particular order, but like TV shows that I like. Sherlock, Futurama. I'm aware Futurama's finished. Actually, this morning I just got my... Let me turn so I say the right one. Season 7, Futurama DVD series, whatever. It only just came out in the UK. I'm aware that America just got the final season on DVD. It's going to be like another half a year wait until we get that here. And was that another Twitter message? It was! Wow! Okay. That totally threw me off what I was saying. Oh, TV shows that I like. What other TV shows did I watch or do I watch? Well, anime-wise, I don't watch any animes. I watched the most recent Dragon Ball movie, and I'll probably watch the new one that's coming out next year as well. But in terms of series, I'm not watching any animes right now. I read mangas instead, because that's quicker. I don't have time to watch most things, really. Looking at my wall to see what series I have on DVD. Well, if you're talking about like sitcoms from the early 2000s or late 90s, I absolutely loved Blackadder, Red Dwarf. I liked the early seasons of Scrubs before it went to hell. I liked Ricky Gervais's Extras series. That was a bit before he went up his own arse. But in terms of stuff on TV right now, The Walking Dead. But I don't actually watch that as it airs. I only watch it as it gets released on DVD, because as I say, I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV that can get a TV signal for a start. So yes, that's about it. I can't think of any more. I couldn't fill out a list of 10, unless you were talking about all time, in which case I have mentioned a few. Voltaire, when Maya barks, you spelt Maya wrong, you spelt it Maya. Barks during your recording sessions, have you ever, even for a second, thought about sacrificing her to Callie? The only time I try and make a joke of it when she barks, even though I know it probably does annoy some people. The only time it annoys me is if I'm doing a Let's Look At, because I try and consider those to be the most professional thing I do, so it bugs me when I get the dog barking in the background. She really frustrated me when I was doing the Destiny one, because doing Destiny was quite a big thing. And the Let's Look Ats are also ways by which you might generate new subscribers, because people would search for the game rather than you, but then might stick around because they like the way you covered the game. And they probably aren't going to enjoy having a dog barking randomly in the background. Isn't that right, Maya? You're just staring at me like, is he talking about me? No, he's not talking about me. So it doesn't bother me when I'm doing Spelunky or Monster Hunter. I make a joke of it, and I hope some people understand that, you can't stop a dog barking. Would I sacrifice her to Kali for that? No. But yeah, during the Let's Look At, it does actually bug me because I try and keep those as professional as possible, and I think it definitely comes across as being unprofessional. So the final comment was Snowfall, just confirming my belief last time that the Jim Moran in Monster Hunter is indeed classed as an Elder Dragon, so I have actually killed one. Although now I know that there's more than one, thanks to Kensik, you spoiler, you. And that's apparently one of his favourites to fight. Well, if you keep watching the videos of the latest Monster Hunter night, you will enjoy one part of them, won't you? You'll see why, or well, I've technically given it away now, haven't I? But you'll see why when it uploads. So now we move to Twitter. And let's see, we did actually get a few messages here, but I think some of them weren't related, so let's see here. Kursai55, what is your earliest gaming memory? Let me think for a second here. Playing Centipede on the Atari? Was it Centipede? Yeah, that was before I even had a PC, so it was definitely something on the Atari I played. Maybe it was Centipede, maybe it was something else. But yeah, playing stuff on the Atari was like my earliest gaming memory. That was my first gaming thing I had. Magic Mumbo, why is Destiny getting a shed ton of hype and coverage when there's nothing special about it? Not that I can see anyway. And then Sash replied to him saying because Bungie. That's largely the reason. Yeah, this is Bungie's first independent game after separating themselves from Microsoft, and at the price of giving away the Halo license. They do good gameplay. I personally didn't enjoy Halo after Halo 1. Other than Halo Reach, I actually did enjoy that one because I liked how bleak it was. They do make good games from a gameplay perspective. I worry that this one's going to be a bit too repetitive. In fact, I'm going to be testing it a little bit later on again because they brought the beta back up early because people want to play it again. So it'll give me a chance to try out the other classes. Yeah, my worry is that with Destiny in particular, it might have some kind of pay-to-win mechanic. I mentioned this briefly in my Let's Look At. I'm not sure on the details of it though, and also I think if you're playing alone, even if it brings in players from around you, if they're not your friends that you can chat to as you play, I think repetition might set in Borderlands style fairly quickly, unless the gameplay just stays stellar throughout, and I'm not sure it will. And then he replied to Sash saying, I get that, but the same with Naughty Dog and other devs. We made one good game, now praise us forever. That's not technically true. Well, maybe in Bungie's case if you only like Halo 1, but Naughty Dog, all the Uncharted's were good, 2 in particular. The Last of Us was absolutely amazing. Uncharted 3, I liked the story to that one. I didn't like the random nature of it, because Naughty Dog in particular have a really bad design ethic where, and this is fact by the way, I heard them commenting on this, they think up set pieces and then craft the story to fit around them, which is a terrible, terrible way to do a story. Right, what else? Oh, they were having a chat with each other mostly, but including me, so that was why my phone kept on going off. Yes, it does have MMO aspects, Magic Mumbo, in reference to Destiny. With no graphics and with realistic graphics and no humour. The graphics are definitely better, yep. No humour, it does actually have a little bit of a sense of humour. Definitely not Borderlands 2 level of humour, but still. And that was it actually. The other times my phone went off were just people liking videos on YouTube for some random PC playthrough of Dark Souls 2 Part 28, okay. And then someone doing the unboxing video for the Loot Crate for July. So that's actually it in terms of questions. So that means I can talk about my random thing now. And this might be a short one compared to recently, but I'm not in a good mood, so that's probably for the best. Have you ever been to a supermarket and you go and get your trolley and you see that the person who used the trolley before you left their receipt in the trolley, and usually you just forget about it, you scrumple it up and put it in the bin, or you just leave it there anyway because who cares? Well, I was at the supermarket and there was the receipt of the person who used the trolley I took before me in there, and I happened to glance at it before I scrunched it up, and the bizarre nature of the purchases made me hold on to it. And I know that sounds really weird, but this is an OCD thing. I want to know the mentality behind the purchases in this list, so I'm going to go through them. I'm not going to say what supermarket it was, it doesn't matter really, but let's see what this person bought. So the total cost of everything they bought was £18.66, and their purchases were 2 packs of store brand Coca-Cola, or well, cola, you can't say Coca-Cola, which is fine, you know, alright, stocking up on cans of juice, I do that too. Then they bought 3 packs of biscuits, which again, you know, might be fairly fine. And then they bought 5 packets of baby wipes. So you might be thinking, well, they probably had their kid with them or had a kid. Okay, alright, there is a possibility. Then they bought tomato ketchup, and then they bought some generic thing called toiletries. And then they bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They bought 10 individual full-size, large pack, I'm talking about here, packs of Doritos. So I was just looking at this and thinking, like 10 packets of Doritos, 5 packets of baby wipes, 3 packets of biscuits, and 2 packs of cans of juice. Someone is going to have a hell of a night with all that stuff. That is a good night for under 20 quid. Oh, it was Angel baby wipes, because there was some kind of offer on them, apparently. It formed all these pictures in my head of just someone having a fun time. What weird bizarre mixture? Biscuits, baby wipes and Doritos. How? What? I mean, he can't have just been, or they, whoever, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, they can't have been with their children at the time, because they would have had more than that, and they certainly wouldn't have just piled up on a bunch of Doritos. You must really like Doritos to buy that many full-size big bags. It's one of those things, it's the OCD thing. I need to know why. I need to know why this person bought these things in this receipt that I technically stole from a trolley. I need to know, but I never will, and that bugs me. But I wanted to bring it up as a random aside because it cheered me up. It made me laugh. And I needed that after I realised every single part of the DLC playthrough we recorded last night was technically ruined. I can still upload them, but they're technically ruined. And that's me right back down again. Anyway, thank you for listening, and if you have a question, comment, or subject you want me to discuss, feel free to mention it in the comments, or mention it to me on Twitter when I ask for it, just before whenever I record these. I usually record them on the Friday or the Saturday before the Monday they get posted. This time was a special case because I'm deliberately scheduling a few days ahead more than I usually am so that I can quickly just kind of get out some of the DLC videos. Anyway, I am going to go now. Thank you very much for listening, and I shall see you again next Monday. Ta-da for now.